Many of the people of faith in the Bible were very intimidating people. David killed a giant, Elijah killed hundreds of false prophets, and Nehemiah threatened both Israel and the nations around them that if they turned from the Lord or tempted God's people to turn from the Lord, it would get ugly. He was going to lay hands on them. And I don't think he was talking about participating in a healing service. If the people of Israel started going down the wrong path again, Nehemiah was going to teach them a lesson. But what's with all the hostility? Shouldn't Nehemiah have been a peaceful person of prayer rather than threatening violence? Although I'm not sure that I can condone the threats that he made, I think his heart was in the right place. He didn't want to see his people turn from the Lord again. He wanted to see them keep the covenant that they made with the Lord. And he was going to do everything that he possibly could to make sure that they did. We ought to have the same attitude towards sin. We ought to be so sick of sin that we should have a whatever it takes attitude in our battle with sin. But so often we let it slide, whether in ourselves or in our family, because we don't want to do what it takes to confront it and deal with it. But that's not the attitude that God has about sin. He saw our sin and he sent Christ to die for it. He dealt with our sin so that we can have salvation in him. Christ purifies us completely when it comes to how God sees us. We are forgiven and cleansed. Yet God also calls us to purify ourselves as we continue to walk with him. Don't be satisfied with your current level of righteousness. Do whatever it takes to purify yourself from sin and strive to be faithful to God in everything.